Cash flow is one of the most important aspects for any business. Properly forecasting cash flow makes a big difference on the success of an organization. Just like in our personal lives, businesses need to ensure that they do not spend more cash than they have or what they expect to have. It's really important to remember that there is a difference between being profitable and having positive cash flow. It is possible to be quite profitable and still have a negative cash flow balance. Here's why. Let's say that I have a very large job going on and my crew is currently working on that particular project. We will not be paid until the project is complete. Meanwhile, I have payroll expenses. I need to buy my supplies to actually complete the project. There's quite a bit of cash flow that is currently going out. Now, as a business owner, I have to ensure that I have enough cash in the bank to cover these current bills before I get paid by my customer. This situation can be very precarious, and this is how we can get into a negative cash flow situation. Another aspect of cash flow that's important to keep in mind is that some items don't classify as expenses. They will actually appear on the balance sheet and not your profit and loss. You'll note that these include loan principal payments, credit card principal payments, and the draw of an owner against an organization. Keep in mind that if I take a loan out from the bank, that loan is going to be booked to the balance sheet, not to the profit and loss. I have to make monthly payments against that loan, so I have to account for this in the cash flow. If I simply look at the profit and loss statement, it could appear that I have monies coming in, but it hasn't accounted for the fact that I have to pay off all those loans on my balance sheet. Once again, this can set us up for a negative cash flow situation. In QuickBooks, along with every accounting program, we have a cash flow statement that'll allow us to account for the cash that's flowing in and out of a business. To use the cash flow statement, we'll start with our beginning cash balance. From our beginning cash balance, we will add in any anticipated sources of cash. Now keep in mind here that from the purpose of the cash flow, I don't really care where the money is coming from. If you go to the bank and get a loan, that's cash. If you receive monies from your customers via accounts receivable, that's cash. Any money coming in is considered cash on the cash flow statement, disregarding whether it's from investments, operations, or any kind of financing activities. After I add in my cash sources, I'm then going to account for what do I use that cash for. Now here's where we want to include all the expenses for the business as far as the profit and loss, but also anything that's coming out on the balance sheet. Next, we're going to project what our change is. We're going to look at our balance, take into account all the sources, look at everything that we're using, and find out whether we're projecting a positive or negative cash flow balance. The idea is if we are projecting a negative cash flow, we need to make sure that we have financing, such as a line of credit, in line. After we've used that projected change and we know our ending cash balance, we're now really able to properly budget and properly predict what we can do over the course of time. Once again, cash flow is probably the most important aspect of business, although a more complicated statement to read, definitely a statement that needs to be mastered.